Our heat wave is almost over. We have better weather on the way for the weekend as temperatures cool down and even a chance for showers for some.
And several school schedules are shifting because of this dangerous heat. The new start and release times that you need to know this morning.
And I'm live in Kirkwood where students are already hitting the books. The superintendent joins us with all the changes you're going to see this school year.
Students and staff here in Wentzville School District are anticipating their first weekend of the new school year. Wentzville is among the fastest growing districts in the state. We'll have the numbers coming up on Today in St. Louis.
Sparks fly as Republican candidates spar on stage. The three things you need to know from last night's debate ahead of former President Donald Trump's plan to surrender himself today to a Georgia jail.
And fighting hunger. The resources available right now at your fingertips so you can eat healthy while making ends meet.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Good morning to everybody, but a special shout out to all the students over there at North Point High School. This is in Wentzville. You see the cheerleaders on the left. They are pumped up and ready to go at 6 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully they've got that much excitement when it's time to play some football and get the team going. And on the right-hand side, there is that live look from Sky Lens 5 as the sun begins to come up in the east. Looking forward to this. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, August the 24th. I'm Renee.
And I'm Michelle Lee. And of course, we just want to say thanks for joining us, including those of you who might be catching us on 5 Plus this morning. We have Paul Cook keeping an eye on traffic and construction as usual.
Yes, and they're in mid-season form.
Yeah, they are.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
They did look great.
Yeah.
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 And you know, I'm really glad that you're talking about a way forward in terms of our forecast.
Yeah, it's almost over. This is
Yeah.
the peak today of the heat, and then by the weekend we have some better weather on the way. By the way, they have a good coach because they're in performance mode. I mean,
Yeah.
number one thing when you're performing, smile, right? They got it down, right? Yeah, that's also the number one thing when you're on TV. Nothing like getting that RFP.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and there goes Paul. Thank you, Paul, for your service walking through the campus.
Sorry.
That's all good. 83 degrees this morning. Yes, and it's still hot elsewhere, away from Lambert, 70s, but the heat index is in the 80s, so your body actually starts to sweat immediately when you walk outside in this kind of heat. We'll take you through the day, and you can see we'll have a mix of sun and clouds. By about 10 o'clock, we'll already be near 90 and 102 to 103. The expected high in St. Louis for today. Yeah, hard to smile when you're dealing with that kind of heat. All right, let's head over to Paul and see what's happening in the world of traffic. Paul, good morning to you.
At Wentzville High School, they're in mid-season form. Me just kind of stumbling around, trying to provide some shade. That's what I was doing. Okay, we are looking at where we do have some construction. 270 at 40, 270, as you know, just near 40. Ballast is that exit ramp that could cause delays, and we are building as far as volume goes out there right now. That is probably the busiest time of the morning right now, what we're looking at, but otherwise we're moving, and there are no major delays. We'll talk more traffic very, very soon.
This morning, we are following breaking news in the Metro East. Right now, here's what we know. Illinois Route 162 near Pontoon Beach is closed because of a police investigation. Now, this is near Horseshoe Lake Road. This is a live look, and as you can see, it remains very active at this time. If you need to go through this area, you are going to need to find an alternate route to get by. Now, there isn't a lot of information that we've heard from police, but we do know a person was struck, and this incident has been ongoing for more than 7 hours now. We do know Illinois State Police, Granite City, and Washington Park Police Departments were on the scene overnight. We do have several calls into all of those departments asking for more information, but right now you're asked to avoid this area while that road is still closed down.
6:04 is the time right now, and this week we know students in the Kirkwood School District returned to class, and they saw some pretty big changes in their schools. Our city stalwart joins us live with more on how the district is updating campuses and meeting the challenges really brought by this week's extreme heat. Good morning, Sydney.
Good morning to you, Michelle. That is exactly right. You know, we just had the crew arrive minutes ago here at Kirkwood Middle School, and this is the case at a couple of campuses. The district is doing a lot of work, and it's thanks to Prop R. And this morning, I'm joined by the superintendent, Dr. David Ulrich. Good morning. Thanks so much for waking up early and hanging out with us this morning.
Well, thank you very much for being here. We love to showcase the work that we're doing.
Absolutely. And you guys are busy at work. We are Kirkwood Middle School right now. If you take a look behind us, construction is underway. What's happening here and across the district thanks to Prop R?
Well, while most of the work here at North Kirkwood Middle School is done, we still have the corridor that you can see behind us that will be finished here in the next few weeks. And there is work that continues from Prop R all across our district. We have major projects at the high school, at Tillman Elementary School, and at Knifer Middle School that are happening as well.
So you said a little bit earlier when we came out last week, our crew, that some of the big priorities are ADA accessibility, security. Why is it important for the district to address these things now?
Well, first and foremost, with ADA improvements, we want to make sure that all of our campuses are welcoming to our patrons, our parents, and our students. And then security, of course, safety is our highest priority for our students and staff. And so we've been able to add secure vestibules, and at the high school, we were able to pull a welcome center to the front of the campus so our visitors no longer have to go to the center of campus to check in.
Now, one of the biggest stories this week, this heat. How are you keeping students and staff safe?
Well, we have worked to communicate proactively with our parents, specifically with regard to the dangerous heat that we are experiencing this week, and that when we have been communicating that out, ensuring that our parents know that we are proactive and ahead of it. One of the things that is the real effect that you can see is specifically around our outdoor activities. They've been restricted very much specifically around our recess and our outdoor activities that we would normally want our students to partake in at the start of school. We just haven't been able to do that, but by next week we'll be able to make that happen.
Right, next week, and it's important for everybody to stay safe while they're having fun. Of course, safety is a top priority. Thank you so much, Dr. Ulrich, for joining us. And as you can see, the construction is still underway behind us, and we're going to get an inside look at what it's looking like so far with the principal of North Kirkwood Middle School in just about a half hour. So be sure to stay with us, guys.
Looking forward to that, Sydney. Thank you. From Kirkwood to St. Charles County, our back-to-school tour continues now in the Wentzville School District. Our Alex Fees joins us live at North Point High School with what kids can expect this school year. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, Rennie, good morning. We are inside the gymnasium here at North Point High School this morning. Easily 100 students have turned out before daylight this morning. Now joining us live is Dr. Jake Adams. He is the activities director here. Dr. Adams, thanks for being here. First things first, Dr. Adams, let's name all the student groups that are here.
Absolutely. We're really proud they're here this morning. We have North Point Tennis.
Yeah.
All right, ladies.
Our North Point football team this morning. Yeah. North Point softball's joining us. Volleyball's here today as well. We have our cheer and dance squads. And of course our band and guard.
All right, good deal. The flags over here, they are part of cheer and dance, is that right?
They're part of our North Point Grizzly Band.
All right, good deal. Dr. Adams, thank you for being here this morning. What about this heat? About half of these sports actually practice outside, right?
Yes, it's been a tough week for sports, but our coaches and athletes have been super flexible. Obviously, student safety is our #1 priority, so we've been making adjustments, either practicing in the morning or the evenings, or just practicing inside to beat the heat.
And that's all a part of recognized practice protocols,
Correct.
right?
Yes, sir.
Water breaks, things of that nature.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, what about rearranging game schedules? Have you had to do that as a result of this ongoing heat?
Yeah, luckily for us, our first football game was scheduled for Saturday morning, so we didn't have to make any adjustments there. But on Friday night, we did go ahead, just out of an abundance of caution, to reschedule some events, just to, again, put student safety first.
I bet you're looking forward to next week.
Absolutely, yeah.
It sounds like it's going to break this weekend as far as the heat's concerned.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
All right, good deal. Dr. Adams, thanks for being here this
great to
morning.
see
I
you.
appreciate
Thanks for
it.
coming. We
All right,
appreciate it.
now we're going to go to Mr. O'Donnell, the band director, who's going to play us out here. The stage is yours, Mr. O'Donnell. Take it away.
And a groove. And that's a lot of enthusiasm this morning at 6:08 in the a.m. Thanks a lot, Alex. And this morning there are several scheduling changes at area school districts that you probably need to know about.
Yeah, and it is because of this extreme heat that we've been experiencing. Today and tomorrow, Francis Howell Middle and high school students will be dismissed 45 minutes earlier than normal. Lincoln County students, you're going to be following your special early release schedule for today and tomorrow as well. And then Belleville West High School will dismiss students at 1:25 today and Friday. Again, all of this is because of the dangerous heat that we've been living with in the last couple of days. And Anthony, I know you experienced it firsthand last night.
Oh,
right?
yes, the AC went out and I posted on Facebook, and well, to my surprise, a lot of other people's AC are going out. So yeah, we're making it through. We're going to get there. And by the way, the AC did come back thanks to the technician that came out. So you know how it goes this time of year. The body, the appliances really have a hard time keeping up with this dangerous heat. And today we're expecting a record high of 103. The heat will peak today and then tomorrow 101. In both of those days, we could have record-breaking heat. I want to just put this in the back of your mind for you. How does this sound? Fall begins in 30 days. Yeah. Oh, that'll feel nice. We'll talk about the 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Can't get here soon enough. Closed because of the extreme heat. The 2 St. Louis attractions being postponed this morning.
And the first debate in the books. The big takeaways from the Republican presidential debate coming up next.